concepts of ERP and CRM. So let's just begin with understanding ERP. What is ERP? Okay, we have heard this term ERP many a times in companies, in organizations. Now let's just understand it deeply, what it actually means. The full form of ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. Okay, we begin with enterprise initially. What exactly our enterprise is? Enterprise term means, from enterprise, what I mean to say is any company, any organization or a business is enterprise. It is called as enterprise. So enterprise is simply, if we simply put, a company. Okay. Let's move forward. Every enterprise, as we know, have various departments. Departments like production department, sales department, finance department, human resource department, etc. These are the different departments which do their tasks separately and differently. And all these departments are part of enterprise, which is nothing but a company or a business or an organization. Now let's move to the second term, which is resources. So simply, resources of an organization can be its infrastructure, the money companies having, the money enterprises having, its people, its time, information, etc. All these things are nothing but resources of an organization or of an enterprise. These are the resources of an enterprise. And planning the resources of an enterprise is nothing but ERP. Now we begin with understanding ERP, what ERP means. Planning the resources of an enterprise is ERP. What are the resources? Infrastructure, money, people, time, information, etc. of an enterprise. So ERP is nothing but planning the resources of an enterprise. And it is a way of using the resources of an enterprise more effectively. See, by any way, if you can use the resources of a company more effectively, that is ERP. Now the question is, why do we use ERP? Simply to increase the profit of a company. Every company wants to use its resources more effectively. So this is the concept of ERP. And why do companies use ERP? Simply to increase the profit of a company. Oh, let's begin with understanding what happens when the ERP is not there. How business used to happen before ERP or with a non-ERP scenario. Right? As I have told you in the previous slide that every enterprise has various departments. Departments like sales, material management, production planning department, finance department. So these are separate departments of an enterprise. In a non-ERP scenario, what happens is all these departments perform different tasks. the responsibility of sales department is to get the sales order from the customer, and the responsibility of production department is to produce the goods which the company is selling to its customer, and the finance department will handle the finance part of it, related to money and all. All these departments we know have different responsibilities separate from each other, and because of their different responsibilities they have a separate database for them. Sales department have a separate database which is the database for sales department. Similarly, materials department have a different database which will be used for material management department. Production have a different database. Similarly, finance have a different database for finance department. Let's begin with an example like how business used to happen in a non-ERP scenario. I'm sharing a story with you. Let's say here's a sales guy who is working in sales department. Today he got order for say 10 laptops from a customer. Let's say I'm the customer and I have given an order to a sales representative of a company that I need 10 laptops. And what sales employee will do, sales representative will do, he will save the order in its database, which is sales database. And then this sales representative will email this thing to production department that we have an order for 10 laptops. Production department will note this thing that we have to produce 10 laptops now, and he will save this thing into his database. Now this production guys came to know that we already have 6 laptops prepared with us. We need to produce 4 extra laptops. Now what he will do is he will send his requirement to material department that boss, we need 4 RAMs, 4 hard disks, and the various other things which are required to manufacture a laptop. And what this material guy will do, he will save the requirement in its database and he will communicate with the vendor of the company that we need 4 RAMs and 4 hard disks. Meanwhile, if the customer is calling a sales guy like, what is the status of the order which I have given to you for 10 laptops? I have received 6 laptops so far, and when will I be able to get my 4 laptops? Sales department, what is the response of a sales representative to the customer? He will say, boss, I need to check with the production department first or with the material department. Only then I can tell you the status of your 4 laptops which are pending. So he will simply cut the phone, or he will say, boss, give me 10 minutes. Whether you call me after 10 minutes or I will call you, and I'll let you know the status of your laptops. Now the call is disconnected. Now sales representative will call some representative which works in production department. He will ask, what is the status? Now this guy will say, we got the RAMs and hard disks which are needed to produce 4 laptops from the material department, and we are in the process of producing it. So after 10 minutes, sales guy will call the customer that we are producing the laptops and it will be delivered to you within 7 days from now. Let's say what happens if the same situation comes in an ERP system, what happens then? This is how business used to happen before ERP. Now we come to ERP scenario. What happens in an ERP system? Now ERP system has arisen and it has changed the entire business. What happens in a ERP system that all the various departments of a company, sales, materials, production and finance, they will using a one database for all the departments. Now all the data related to separate department is stored at one place, and yet it has different functionalities for sales department, for materials department, production and finance. Whatever the application needed for finance department, ERP system has those applications separate for finance department. And whatever the functionalities or application needed by the production, our ERP system has all those things for production as well. Similarly for material and sales, but they are using one common database, all the departments. Now what will happen if a customer calling a sales guy, he will ask, what is the status of my 4 laptops? He will simply log in to the system, to his system. He will check that these 4 laptops are pending with production department. Material department has given the raw material to the production department and they are in a producing phase for 4 laptops and they will be delivered to the customer within 7 days. This guy can directly communicate to the customer this thing, that we will deliver it within 7 days. He doesn't need to first call a production guy or a material guy or a finance guy to know the status. He can directly check in that database. This is how ERP system has changed the entire business, how business is done. Okay, let's just move ahead. What are the different benefits of this ERP system? As we can see in our example, ERP has helped employees to do their jobs more efficiently. Now the sales department doesn't need to waste time in calling to the production department and mailing all the things to the production department or material department or finance department. They can save all their things to one database, and this increases the efficiency of all the employees. Also, employees also have access to accurate information which enable them to make better decisions faster. We have clearly seen this happening in the previous slide. ERP also helps in lowering the cost of doing business overall. As we are using the resources more effectively, it will eventually lower the cost of doing business. Now let's move to ERP system or ERP products. As of now, we have understand the concept of ERP, like planning the resources of an enterprise more effectively is ERP. By any way, if we are using the resources of an company more effectively, all those way comes under ERP concept automatically. So what are ERP systems or ERP products? As the ERP methodology has become more popular, more and more companies want to implement ERP in their organization. More and more companies want to implement the ERP concept in their organizations. And now the important thing is how they are going to do that. How they are going to implement ERP in their organization. This problem is solved by large software applications or software companies. How they solved? Because ERP concept has become more popular, So large software applications have been developed to help companies implement ERP in their organizations. Large software companies started making applications, started making ERP application or ERP products so that organization can implement ERP in their in their companies or organization. Now these software applications work according to ERP methodology are called ERP systems. Because organizations want to implement ERP concept in their company, so some companies started making software applications which work according to ERP methodology. And those products or those systems are called ERP systems. What ERP system actually does? ERP system attempts to integrate all departments and functions across a company onto a single database system. What ERP system does is it attempts to integrate all departments across our company onto a single database system. We have clearly seen this on our previous slide that now all the departments are using a single database system which will serve all those departments' particular needs. This is what is achieved by a ERP system. Now we have discussed that large software company has started making ERP systems. Let's just name some of them who have started making ERP systems. Those SAP is one of them. Many companies have developed ERP applications. Some of them are SAP AG, Oracle, BAN, JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, and many more. I think we all are familiar with these names. But SAP is the biggest name in the ERP world market. The ERP world market is ruled by SAP. SAP is the giant of ERP market and is way ahead among all the ERP vendors worldwide. Most companies worldwide using SAP in their organizations. Let's know more about SAP or SAP AG, the company. This company has started by 5 former IBM employees in 1972. Its head office in Waldorf, Germany. It has more than 12 million users worldwide. It's a big term. Having 12 million users worldwide, it clearly suggests it's the #1 ERP vendor. It's a big term that it has 12 million users till date worldwide, and it's increasing day by day. The full form of SAP is SAP stands for System Applications and Products and Database Management. The ERP system which SAP produce, we call it SAP ERP. Other name of it is SAP ECC. Another name of it is SAP R3. All these are different names for one product. And this product is maximum used ERP product worldwide. Okay, we have understood ERP so far. Now let's try to understood what is CRM? Why the need emerged that we have to use separate CRM system? Basically, what happens from the last 10-20 years, globalization, worldwide globalization has happened. Internet has changed the world completely. Google also. So the revolution in information technology came in the last 10 to 15 years. Revolution in communication is also came in last some years. From revolution in communication, what I mean to say, like for example, like we are communicating right now online. I'm giving a demo, everyone is listening to me, I'm telling my things to you, you are getting me. Let's say if this communication revolution hasn't came, what we usually do before that, before internet, you have to be present with me to learn from me or to share information. You need to be present with me physically. Now we are exchanging information on internet. All these things has redefined the world in which we live and redefined all of us and our needs too. It has also redefined the business world completely. Also, this information technology and communication have made the whole world a global village. Globalization happened worldwide. Right now, I can communicate any person from any different countries very easily also. I can talk to a person who is in Australia, I can talk to a person who is in Canada, I talk with my relatives who are in Canada or in UK easily. This is globalization. And also, let's say if there is a company in one country, they are also expanding their business to different countries and different continents. The companies which were in Germany initially, like Volkswagen, they are started in India also from the last 3-4 years. Before 15 years, only Maruti was there in India. Now Volkswagen is there. Some other car companies, vendors from USA, Germany, or different part of the world, they are also expanding their business to India. So every company is expanding their business to all the countries worldwide. Now, this globalization factor has increased a lot of competition in the business world. Initially, only Maruti was there. Now Volkswagen came, Hyundai came. When all the companies came, naturally competition in the business world is going to increase. That's for sure. And this competition, all these things has put companies under a lot of pressure to deliver best to their customer in order to survive in today's business world. It's very much clear that, boss, if you want to survive in a business today, you have to give best services, best sales, best marketing to your customer. So that is why customer became, the concept of customer relationship management became very popular in the last 10 to 15 years. This is what I have written in the first line, that CRM concept became very popular in the last 2 decades. The introduction of information age allowed. Where were we? Yes. We were at the point, like, change in the business world, how the business world has changed in the past 15 to 20 years. All these things, the information technology, the communication has redefined all of us and our needs too. Hence, it redefined the business world. Entire business world is redefined by these things also. Information technology, communication have made the whole world a global village. Globalization happened. Now I can communicate with anyone from a different country. At the same time, every company is expanding their business to all the countries worldwide. For example, Volkswagen wasn't there in India before 10 years, but now it is there. Each and every company want to expand their business worldwide. In all the countries, they want to reach maximum customers. So this globalization, because globalization is increasing day by day, companies are expanding day by day to all the companies. This globalization has increased a lot of competition in the business world. If companies will expand, naturally competition is going to increase. If initially one company was there, now 4 or 5 different companies are coming, a customer will only buy product from best company, who's giving best services to the customer and best sales to the customer. Naturally, it will put all the companies under a lot of pressure. All these things have put company under a lot of pressure to deliver best to their customer in order to survive in today's business world. Right? It's clearly understood that every company have to deliver best to their customer nowadays in order to survive in today's business world. On the previous slide, we have seen that how technology and communication has changed the entire world. Now we will see how CRM comes here, how CRM, the need of CRM emerged, how CRM emerged as a concept. The CRM concept became very popular in the last 2 decades. In the last 15-20 years, this concept has become very much popular. Why it became popular? As we know, the introduction of information age, now we can access any information anytime easily with Google, from Google. This introduction of information age, we are living in an information age. This allowed people to make better decisions about which companies they would buy a product from. Now people are smarter than before. They have all the information in their pocket in the form of their mobile. They can easily access Google. If they are going to the market, they want to purchase a product, they can easily access information. And because of this information, they can make better decision that which company they would buy their products from. Naturally, they will go for a better company, better product. And we know that globalization, every company wants to expand their business to different companies. This thing has made it easier for the customers to switch companies. Initially, customer was not having choices to switch companies. Now, because of globalization, each and every company is there in each and every country right now, and customer have more choices to switch companies if they were not happy with the services they were getting from their current company. Customers are more powerful now because of all these things. You know, 15 years back, the things were not available which are available now. 15 years back, those things were not available. Now, if you wanted to learn something, you need to be present physically there 15 years before. But now it's not required. You can easily communicate anyone worldwide. Today's customers today like us, they want to do business with the companies that are easy to work with. Naturally, every customer would like to do business with such companies that are easy to work with, right? Companies which convey the same information, no matter what communication channel we are using, customer like the companies which convey the same information and offer product variety for customer and offer relevant product for customer and can offer customizable product and services. From customizable product and services, what I mean is, if you open Dell website and you can choose whichever RAM you want to choose, you can easily choose that I want a 500 GB hard disk. You can assemble your laptop over Dell site. You can customize your laptop. And customer like to, prefer those companies who offer customizable product and services. So the solution to all these problems is to build a customer-centric approach. Hence, CRM evolved. So we have seen that a person became more powerful. A simple person became more powerful because of all the different things. I mean, because of the technology and communication. So what companies are doing today, they want to build a solution which is customer-centric and customer-centric approach. Hence, concept of CRM has evolved. That's why it became popular in the last 20 days. Sorry, last 20 years, last 2 decades. And when each and every day is passing, this will going to become more and more popular. So it becomes almost mandatory now for a company to implement CRM in their organization if they want to grow. It became mandatory now. CRM becomes mandatory now in this slide. See, one reason that drove the CRM software boom is the explosion of technology. Easy. CRM truly improved over the past decade. Not only developers have made CRM simpler to use, but the price has also become less expensive. How this thing happened, we are going to learn in this course, SAP CRM, like how the developer have made CRM simpler to use and how the price also become less expensive than before. It is very much clear that as business continue to compete on global level, it will become more and more important for companies to use successful CRM techniques. Day by day, CRM will be becoming more and more important. We will understand this concept, what exactly this means. Now the full form of CRM is Customer Relationship Management. We all know that the purpose of a business is to create and keep a customer. Ultimately, customer is there at the soul of business, or soul of successful business. The purpose of every business is to create and keep a customer. CRM concept or CRM methodology, you say CRM philosophy or CRM strategy, fulfill this purpose. Which purpose? To create and keep a customer. CRM clearly fulfill this purpose. Any method which fulfill this purpose will come under CRM concept. And there are infinite ways to achieve CRM. If you know any of the way, it will be nothing but CRM. Automatically, it will come under CRM. Boss, if you know how to create a customer, how to keep a customer, any method, it automatically comes under CRM. Ultimately, it is a strategy, CRM strategy. It is used to learn more about customers' need, customer behavior in order to develop a stronger relationship with them. You can only serve your customer better when you are aware of their needs and behavior. Only then you can serve your customer better. When you can serve your customer better, you will keep your customer. Why CRM, we have understood on the previous two slides why CRM has evolved. In today's age, CRM becomes mandatory. This we have understood why CRM came. What CRM, this is understanding, we are understanding it now, what CRM. I will again repeat what CRM. Purpose of the business is to create and keep customer. This is CRM is, and how CRM, we are going to learn different CRM techniques in our course. In our 2-month course, we will be learning many 15-20 different CRM techniques. How we are going to achieve this CRM concept by using our SAP CRM software. It is nothing but knowing your customers. All these are different definitions of CRM. Whichever you want, you can take for yourself. To define CRM, you can do it in many number of ways. Whichever best suits you, you can go with it. Know your customer. Ultimately, knowing your customer, if you know your customer, you will serve them better. CRM is nothing but a management philosophy according to which a company's goal can be best achieved through identification and satisfaction of the customer's needs and wants. A company can only grow if they satisfy their customer, and if they know their customers' needs and want. Firstly, they need to know it, and then they need to satisfy those needs. Customer will be kept by a company, and hence they will grow. Their business will grow. There are few things which are CRM system which is crucial for CRM. CRM is a model for managing a company's interaction with current and future customer. Managing company's interaction with current and future customer. Through the interactions, only through the interaction you will know about customers. So interaction play a very important role in CRM concept. Special emphasis is given to the customer interaction with your companies in CRM. What else CRM does is, CRM let companies keep track of everything they do with their existing and potential customer. Let's see it from a different point of view. We will say that CRM is customer relationship management. The full form is customer relationship management. And what is it does is let companies keep track of everything they do with their existing customers and potential customers. CRM let companies keep track of. So keeping track is the management part here. M is management. Keeping track is the management part here. Everything they do, it is the relationship part with their existing customers. Customer is C. So CRM is nothing but it let companies keep track of everything they do with their existing customer. Keeping track is the management part. Everything they do is the relationship part with their customers. I think it's very much clear now. As we have learned about vendors of ERP, we will also see vendors of CRM products. To implement concepts like ERP and CRM, many big software companies release their products since the last 3-4 decades. One of the biggest vendor of such products is SAP HE. We know about SAP HE. SAP is the largest vendor of ERP and CRM products and who has captured more than 1/3 of world market. It's a big thing for any company. Oracle is another big name in the world market who can give some competition to SAP AG. These are the two world giants in the world market who has monopoly over ERP and CRM products. Now we will try to see that without CRM, what happens without CRM. Here I'm sharing an example with you in which we will see that when we were not using CRM system, how business was happening, and when we started using CRM system, what effect it has on our business. When we were not using CRM, what happens is, at the center we have a customer, and companies have various different teams: sales, services, order entry. The thing is, customer is no, I mean, we have different products, we have different services in a company. We are not selling one product, we are selling many products. Let's say customer first of order, let's say one product he ordered, he want 10 laptop. Now another day he called, he says I also want 10 headphones. The same customer, he also maybe required some services, so he will call again and again. We are not selling one product, we are selling multiple products and we are selling multiple services, right? And here I'm showing that what happens in traditional direct sales. A customer, let's say a customer calls a sales representative. He has communicated something that I want something, and sales representative has noted it down. Here the sales representative have knowledge of their interaction with the customer. This man is very much aware of their interaction with the customer. Customer also called service department, and this service technician have knowledge of their current interaction with the customer. Similarly, some different team have knowledge of their interaction with the customer. Traditionally, direct sales deal with decentralized information about customer. All these different interaction for one customer, all these are decentralized in a traditional system when we are not using CRM. Information is typically not shared within the company. Customer information, whichever customer information having with the sales representative, it is not sharing with the service representative or other departments. Valuable customer information lost due to employee fluctuation. Let's say this sales representative will change his job. The information he is having about the customer, it will go with them, it will go with him. If a new person replaces this person, he will not having this information. So that is not good for the business. Here CRM comes. Let's see what happens when CRM comes. Here I want to show some example with you of a non-CRM system. I'm sharing a live example of a business scenario of a non-CRM system. What is happening in a non-CRM? Here we understand, on this slide we will understand what happens with the CRM system. When the CRM system came, how it transformed and changed the business. Initially I was telling you that this sales representative is only aware of his interaction with the customer, and service technician is aware of his interaction with the customer. When CRM comes, all the information is shared among all the department. All different, same customers, different interaction with the same company, now it is shared with all the departments. Now what happens is this service technician is aware of the interaction what sales person having with customer. This service technician is also aware of it, and this will help business a lot. Today with CRM, information is readily available to anyone needing access. Information analysis make business more knowledgeable about the customer. This improves services this and solve problem more quickly, and thus improving customer satisfaction. If we share information about the customer, we will understand customer more easily. If we understand customer more easily, we can satisfy customer easily. We can solve problem more quickly what the customer is having. If the customer is satisfied, customer naturally will retain. Retaining, I mean customer will keep with our company. Customer remains with the company who is using CRM techniques. Now, I will want to share something about SAP CRM, which we are going to learn in this course. What is this product? Everything about this product. Now, I will share. SAP CRM is a software tool based on customer-centric business philosophy. This is very important part. To implement CRM, we want to have a solution who's having customer-centric business philosophy. So SAP CRM is such a software tool which is based on customer-centric business philosophy. One of the top product in CRM market worldwide. And it is currently used in many companies worldwide. If we want to categorize a business, we can categorize every business in three main scenarios. What are those three scenarios? Those three scenarios are marketing, sales, and services. Every business, let's say I'm selling a product, first I have to market it, then I have to sell it, then I have to give services about it. Like if any problem is coming in using the product, I have to solve all those problems. So I will market it, sales and services. This is the whole business. We have categorized it into these three main scenarios. And SAP CRM solution, it provides excellent functionalities in all these three areas: marketing, sales and services. Since it version 6.0, it is using new user interface. Since version 6.0, SAP CRM has provided brilliant user interface which has taken SAP CRM to a newer heights in CRM market worldwide. This version has increased a lot of sales of this product worldwide in CRM market. Functionalities CRM application should provide. Basic functionalities a CRM application should be able to do. What are those basic functionalities? I mean, a CRM system should collect most relevant information about your customer. It is very much clear to us about your customer, about your prospect, their preferences, their needs, their necessities, so that you can meet their expectations very well. Match the product and services offered with your customer needs and then make an offer to the customer. Whatever products we are selling, whatever services we are selling, we have to match those products with the customer's need and then make an offer to the customer. We cannot sell just everything to the customer. For us, customer is the most important thing. So firstly, understand customer need and then make an offer to the customer. It should also assist your business in improving the quality of product and services by providing comprehensive reports about product issues or suggestive improvements reported by the customer. CRM application should be easy to use by customer and employees. SAP CRM met all these requirements very well. SAP CRM fulfill all these requirements very well. What are the goals of SAP CRM system? A 360-degree view. A 360-degree view of a customer in a single view of all customer interaction. Okay. I mean, I told what happens with CRM. Like every department is very much aware what are the different transaction customer having with separate department. 360-degree view is when you open a customer. Let's say I'm a service employee, I'm opening a customer. In a single view, I will able to see all the past transaction which customer had with our company, whether it's with call center department or quality assurance department or marketing department or maybe sales department. I can see all these things in one view. Having 360-degree view, it will better serve the customer. It will help our internal team to collaborate easily. With 360-degree view, you can provide satisfying services as you have access to right information instantly in a single view. Boss, 360-degree view help you a lot in providing satisfying services for your customer because you have the right information in a single view. There is one more goal which is very important, which we call one face to the customer. This term is very important, one face to the customer. What this means is no matter which communication channel you are using to get in touch with the company, customer should get the same information across all communication channels, whether they are directly getting connected with the company through direct sale, whether they are trying to get connected to the company through interaction center telephonic, or whether they are connecting to the company through internet, they should get same information over all the communication channels. The goal of CRM as a business concept is to show one face to the customer. It means no matter what channel a customer uses to contact your company, let it be phone, email, internet or personal visit, he should get consistent and actual information in all the cases. That is one face to the customer. Benefits of having SAP CRM, there are lots and lots of benefits of it. Increase sales through better timing, identifying customer needs more effectively, identifying which of your customers are profitable or not, effective targeted marketing communication aimed specifically at customers' need. We will understand this thing in detail when we will be through our course. Effective targeted marketing. Enhanced customer satisfaction and retention. It ensures that your good reputation in the market continues to grow as a company. Improved profitability by focusing on more profitable customer and dealing with the unprofitable customer in a more cost-effective way. I'm just listing only a very few benefits. There are lots of benefits of CRM. Brilliant user interface it has. It is very easy to use by the end user. Very advanced facilities provided by SAP in this product like e-commerce, internet sale, mobile sales and services. It has ultimate integration capabilities provided by SAP in CRM through middleware of CRM. Middleware of CRM is best in the market. It helps to integrate this product with Groupware, Lotus Notes, other ERP products by SAP, non-SAP or non-SAP ERP products. Middleware helps to integrate with all these products. To integrate with SAP R3, middleware already have inbuilt functions. Because it already have inbuilt function, we need not to make much effort to integrate with R3. We just need to activate some settings and very easily we can integrate, we can get connected with SAP R3 or SAP ECC, and hence less cost to integrate with SAP ECC. It benefits ultimately to the customer who is using SAP CRM. One face to the customer across all communication channels, share one face diagram, 360-degree view of customer, which is the need of today's companies, endless benefit. We will be updating these benefits when we cover each and every topic in the course. Let's say when we will going through business partner, we will expand this list as well. It has very strong integration capability with SAP ECC with the help of middleware. Here I want to show what is the basic difference between SAP CRM and SAP ECC. ECC itself is a very good module. Sales and distribution is a very good module. It do all your tasks starting from your sales activity, inquiry, quotation, order till billing. It will do all the tasks. What exactly it is lagging is it has very few functionalities for marketing and very few functionalities for sales. These two things are missing in ECC. And to fulfill these two things, SAP CRM is there. So ultimately, ECC and CRM help each other to process complete business cycle of a company. Key component, what are the key components of SAP CRM? We have divided the business into 3 scenarios: marketing, sales, and services. I have already told you this in one of the previous slides that first we will market a product, then sell it, then provide services for it. If in case any problem comes to customer, we will send a service technician to resolve the problem of the customer. The entire process is known as customer life cycle in CRM. I have shown the same thing in a diagrammatic way here. Key components, SAP CRM marketing, what exactly comes in it. All these things we are going to do in marketing. In another diagram, here I'm showing the same thing. These are some of the business processes which we are going to cover. In marketing, we are going to cover marketing plans, campaigns, lead management, marketing segmentation, surveys, mail forms. In sales, we are going to cover sales cycle, opportunity management, quotation management, order management, pricing, sales contract. In services, we are going to cover service process, service quotation, service order, service agreements, and service contracts, complaints, returns. And end users are the employees of a company which is using CRM. It has marketing professional, sales professional, service professional, interaction center agent,